What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. Would appreciate a like, subscribe, comment down below. Would love to see you engage, and thanks for watching. Okay, so self-control. Self-control is perhaps, like, this is the key. So we just talked about the meaning of singleness. So the key, in my view, to a meaningful singleness seasons, for a meaningful single period, is that you control yourself throughout your journey and your season in your singleness. Because if you don't, you will miss the point of singleness altogether. You'll waste it. You won't sanctify it. You won't go where you need to go in your single season if you do it incorrectly, improperly. And so the key to singleness, this is where our culture really goes off the rails here. Singleness should be a period defined by, and I mean this with all of my heart, it should be a period defined by immense discipline, by immense foundation building for your life, particularly as a man. If you're a man listening to this and you're in your 20s, you're in your early 30s, you're wherever you're at in your single life, don't waste your singleness playing video games or eating like garbage or not working. Get systems in place. Like I just said a couple of minutes ago that I'm having to redo so many things in my head, but the only reason I'm able to do that effectively is because I had something in the first place. And I'm not saying I'm Jocko Willink here. I'm not saying that I'm perfect in this scenario, but your singleness, if you need to put yourself into a frame, you need to put yourself into a sense of self-discipline, immense self-discipline. Get your stuff together. Your finances, your walk with the Lord, your way that you fuel your body, the way that you use your body, your friendships, your other relationships. Get your stuff together. Because if you don't have it together when you're single, you're going to unravel that, and that's going to spiral into your marriage. That's going to spiral into your family. If you are unstable in your own life, you will be unstable in your non-single life, in your marriage, in your family. It's going to affect other people, not you, which is going to cause immense damage to everybody in that scenario. So the first reframe inside of this is singleness is defined by self-sacrifice, not self-indulgence. This is going to be a binary discussion. Culture, stewardship. Singleness, in the proper context, if you want to live the stewarded life, is defined by self-sacrifice, not self-indulgence. So this is the primary gap between our culture and the stewards of the world. Most people, what the culture says, what the world says, is that singleness is a path of, I'm going to do the SpongeBob rainbow hands if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify. The singleness is a path to finding yourself. Imagination. Singleness is a path to find yourself, quote unquote. But that's not true. You don't need to find yourself. You need to find things that are not yourself, actually, when you're in your single season. Singleness is a path meant for you to find your purpose through, again, what the definition of singleness was way back at the start of the episode. Service of God, service of other people. If you want to be miserable, if you want to be as miserable as the world is, because the world is a very miserable place. The non-stewards in the world are a very, very miserable group of people. Focus on yourself. Clinical psychology has found that there is no difference between being miserable and focusing on yourself. If you want to find calling, contentment, purpose, find ways to serve God and people as much and as hard as you can. Go balls out in this category. Go all out. Go all the way, as Charles Bukowski says. Go nuts in pursuing your purpose. Get in great shape. Get your finances well and put to order. Get out of debt. Get a six-pack. Go to church. Serve at your church. Teach things to other people. Give back to your community. Do things that are productive and are of service to other people and the God that you serve. Because the second point about self-control in relation to singleness, if you're not disciplined in your singleness, you will be worse when you're not single. And this is particularly true when it comes to sexual temptation. If you don't learn to not only stop that sin, but crucify that sin now, if you are still rife with pornography consumption now, if you are still rife with lust now, and all of its outgrowths now, it will not stop as you get into marriage. I'm not married yet, but I've heard this from literally every single married man that I have talked to about this subject. It will follow you. It will stay in the back of your head, and it will carry into this path later on in life. Jordan Peterson has said before, conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. Get the stuff that you need out of your life now. Have that fight, wage that war now if you're single. Because it's going to be a heck of a lot worse when you're married. And this is true with everything, but it's especially true with temptation, with sin, with everything that involves those things. You must learn to get all these practices down early so that you can become someone who is worthy of stewarding the life you want later on, because you can't steward anything you can't submit. You can't steward what you can't self-control, period. And really the kicker when it comes to singleness is, and really what you have to realize in terms of self-control, is that you will always be quote-unquote single. So you got to get used to it. So really, like, the big self-own about singleness for a lot of people is that at the end of the day, you can only be yourself when it comes to your relationship with God. And there's the whole, phenomena of leaving and cleaving, becoming one with yourself and God, and that's a very real thing. But at the end of the day, you can't, transmutate yourself into your wife's head and vice versa. Like, you are only going to be you. And so the only relationship at its core essence that really matters is the vertical one. It's the only one that matters between yourself and with God. And that must come first. It must come first, no matter what your marital status is, no matter how you go about life. And this is a thing that, I have a very close family member that's dealing with this right now, of they are having a lot of trouble with putting their significant other ahead of everything in their life, putting their family ahead of everything in their life. Now, it is a very good thing that it's that instead of booze or something, cigarettes, whatever. Like that's a better thing than most, but it's still an idol. It's still something that you have above your relationship with God. And so when you learn that your singleness will always be with you no matter what, that really the only thing that carries throughout everything is your relationship with God, you will truly, understand what you need to do to steward it well. And that's the whole neat and skinny of it, as far as I'm concerned.